just getting all a little set up, whatnot. And let me just finish getting set up right here. Let me get. Yep, there we go. There we go. All right. All right, guys. So, I'm here. I wanted to initially stream Monday Night Raw tonight, but that computer had a little glitch. Whatever happened. But I'm here to at least try to give my thoughts on this will actually be one of my first ever reviews. I did a movie review, but now I'm doing a Monday Night Raw review. So forgive me if I have any mistakes or whatnot, but you gotta start somewhere. But this is Paul Greene-Dennis here, and I also go by Deep Green as a voice actor. So Deep Green VO, as you see on the chat below, right there. And I'm gonna get this review out of the way because my computer was a little bit on the glitz and whatnot. I didn't catch the full beginning of Monday Night Raw, so unfortunately, I'm gonna start from where I caught it, and I caught it. I believe, and I was able to catch enough of John Cena saying like, I learned a little something about the crowd. Again, he's going after the crowd. His heel turn failed, but they gotta see it through, and he was going through his promo and whatnot, and then CM Punk comes in to interrupt John Cena and whatnot. And it's the first face-off in a long time, actually, a very long time from what it feels like. I think like 10 years, roughly. But it's the first face-off, unless you want to count a Elimination Chamber, when I'm talking about promo, whatnot, promo, but it's the first one in a long time, and obviously now with John being the heel and CM Punk obviously the face, and CM Punk, he's talking about how obviously everyone who comes into the company, they want the chance for gold, which is the WWE Universal Championship, the championship belt. But he talked about when CM Punk first got that belt, it did things to him. The power got to him. It got to his head, a la 2012, when he was heel. I believe he was voice of the voiceless, but that was when he was heel. And he's like, and he basically said, and obviously with him being such a great promo, he's like, I don't want that belt again, but I have to win it to save you. Basically, he said it to save you from what you've become. But the thing is, I need you to be man enough to say you will challenge me for it tonight. Which is like, okay. And he said that. But John Cena was like, yeah, we'll do it. Nah, not tonight. I need you to do it in Saudi Arabia. I know you want this belt, and I'm going to make you play ball by my rules, basically. We're going to do this at Night of Champions in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, which is interesting because CM Punk, and I know he said he wouldn't, I remember at one point he said he would never do any matches or type of business in Saudi Arabia. But apparently he's going to do it now. because that match is official. John Cena, CM Punk, they are going to duke it out for the WWE Championship at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. But right at the tail end of that, Seth Rollins, with obviously Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Braun Heyman, he interrupts proceedings and just says, he just holds up the Money in the Bank briefcase that he won, which I don't know why the fuck he won it. He doesn't need it. That should have went to LA Knight, but I'll get back to him in a little bit. He comes out, taunts Money in the Bank briefcase for a possible cash-in. So there is that. And they show the brackets for the King of the Ring tournament. So right after this, they show the brackets for the King of the Ring tournament. And I'm like, okay, so Asuka's, we know she's back now. Which I'll also get to that in a little bit. But on the men's side, there's everybody except for one mystery opponent has been confirmed. All I'm saying is I want it to be Karrion Kross badly. He deserves it. But I don't know. They gotta stop doing Karrion Kross badly, especially now that it's being rumored that his contract is up at the end sometime this year, and you haven't done anything really with him other than backstage segments, which he's really over, especially when you got him as he's like the devil voice on your shoulder. Just like that voice is just like telling you that you just want to say shut the fuck up to, but yet he's tempting you. He's tempting you. And he hasn't been wrong with what he's been saying. So we got that. But yeah. And then we get to Chad Gable versus AJ Styles, where Chad Gable got some mysterious injuries, which we know he's El Grande Americano as well. So between him wrestling against Vikingo in Worlds Collide and the Money in the Bank Money in the Bank ladder match for the men on Saturday, between those two, it's safe to say he got that injury probably during the Money in the Bank ladder match. But he came out to represent American Made along with the Creed brothers. So Chad Gable versus AJ Styles. And obviously usual shenanigans that happens during that match. Especially at one point, there's ref interference because there's not ref interference. There's obviously the Creed brothers do interfere because I think actually AJ Styles was about to dive onto both the Creed brothers, and then the ref stops him for just like, hey. And then obviously he gets into it with the ref. And then out of nowhere, when he's got all that going on, Chad Gable just takes his leg underneath him, brop, on the apron. And I think the one thing that kind of annoys me a little bit, starting to really annoy me was the ads after ads after ads, especially when the match begins, right away an ad. Really? Really? Do you really need to have an ad? A commercial ad after commercial ad after commercial ad? And especially to start the match off, The match hasn't even begun, like barely begins, and like poof, we're in the damn commercial ad. Ugh, it's getting annoying with this corporate bullshit. Anyway, enough about that. It's probably not going to be enough because they keep coming and they keep coming and they keep coming. Uh, AJ near falls with Chad after a backbreaker, but then at one point in the match, Chad Gable really actually he I believe he counted into an ankle lock on AJ Styles, and he had him real good until AJ Styles was able to get out of it, and then hit, and then so much so that he was actually able to counter it into the at one point into the Styles clash, and then he pins him 1, 2, 3, and that's the end of that. And then we get into our first Queen of the Ring matches of the first round, which is Liv, Roxanne, Kairi Sane, and Rhea Ripley. But right before this, we have a little backstage segment between Liv Morgan and Roxanne, who are both in the Judgment Day, and clearly there's some dubious shit going on, and it's gonna rear itself back in the fold later on in this episode of the show. But Roxanne's just like, she playing like, oh, Liv, I got your back, remember? We're all in this together. And Liv's like, I ain't having none of your shit. I'm on to you. I'll work with you, but just stay the fuck out of my way. Just stay the fuck out of my way. I don't care if we're in the Judgment Day. I don't trust you. I will never trust you. I got my eye on you, and I'm hearing about what you're doing, and I'm seeing it. Don't play with me. So, we had that segment, and now we have the match on the way. Kairi Sane, Liv, Roxanne Perez, and Rhea Ripley. And at one point, believe it or not, Rhea starts to get her offense in for a little bit, but then obviously Liv and Roxanne, they work together they start to work together in the ring, especially with the double team code breaker, the backbreaker by them two, that was nasty. And then at some point they were attempting to power bomb off the top rope, power bomb Kairi Sane, and then Rhea Ripley came out of nowhere and just from underneath double power bombed them both. And then Rhea Ripley starts to pick up her offense a bit and starts to straight up demolish everyone. But then at one point, Raquel comes in for some interference. And if I'm not mistaken, she actually takes out Rhea Ripley. But then Kairi Sane takes out Raquel. But meanwhile, in the distance, Roxanne is noticing all this. She's like, okay. And then right on cue, I believe Liv was actually about to pin, if I'm not mistaken, she was about to pin Rhea. But then Roxanne comes back in to pin, I believe, Liv. And she capitalizes off the interference to win the match. So now we got some storyline. Like, hold up, Raquel. You interfered, which is no DQ. But all you kind of did was help Roxanne, even though you went to help Liv. You really helped Roxanne more than you helped Liv. Now we got more Judgment Day. It's impending that Liv is going to break from the Judgment Day, but there's more to that to come. Oh yeah, Yeah, yeah. Jay needed to get that title. They needed to get the title off of Jay. He's a great merch mover and whatnot, especially what he does for his entrance or whatnot. But I'm actually surprised Gunther won it clean. But yeah, movie maker, it's off of him. And yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a bit. Um, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet for a little bit because it's my first review. Oh yeah. All right. So after that match, the Queen of the Ring first round matches that Roxanne picks up the win. We Becky comes out to cut her promo saying, "Oh yada 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 shenanigans." I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just for me. I'm a little on Becky right now. I mean, she does good work. I'm just on Becky. She's cutting her promos. Like, I wanted to enjoy my championship, but I couldn't because Lyra Valkyria is such a loser, a sore loser. Yeah, they call her Becky Hogan. I can understand it. I actually really can understand it. But I don't know if it's as egregious as Charlotte or Mercedes for that matter. It ain't that egregious. But so Becky is cutting her promo like, "Oh, I couldn't enjoy my championship because Lyra was so aggressive and being such a fucking sore loser." That's what she basically said. Lyra was disgraceful from their home country, Ireland, and just like, yo, you were so distasteful and so disgraceful. You damn near tore my arm out of its socket, and then you germ suplexed the shit out of me, and I couldn't enjoy my night off with Seth Rollins. That's basically what she said. So now I'm going to give you a redo, except this time you're going to show respect to me the right way and not try to tear me apart in trying to do so. Come on out. So Lyra comes on out. She is angry. All the reason to be. Being humiliated by Becky, who cheated to win that Intercontinental Championship on Saturday. It was a good match, too. She cheated, though. She comes out. Scowl. Arrgh. And lo and behold, with her back turned, only because she's facing Lyra, Bayley, no music or nothing, Bayley just blindsides Becky. And rightfully so, because you took away her WrestleMania moment when you beat the shit out of her and ambushed her and put her out of commission for a bit. Blindsides her. Lyra looks very surprised and bewildered. And Bayley's just straight pounding on Lyra, straight pounding on Lyra, straight pounding on Becky, straight pounding on Becky, just straight up beating her, beating the living hell out of her. And then she's like, Becky's like, "Yeah, I'm out of Dodge here. There's this damn animal here." And the pop that she got, amazing. Now, where does this lead to? I'm going to get to that in a second, where I think. Well, actually, not where I think, where it possibly could happen. I'm going to get to that in a second here. So Becky hightails it out of Dodge, out of the ring. Michael Cole and Wade Barrett, who, by the way, Wade Barrett is filling in for Pat McAfee. Thank God. I like Pat, but you know what? It's good to have a nice commentary team on there. They're all that commentating and stuff, whatnot. And then out of nowhere, there's a guy in a black hoodie, all black, ski mask and all. And it's R-Truth. Actually, no, it's Ron Killings. Thank God he did not do that. Thank God that did not happen. Bringing out Goldberg. We don't need that guy. Don't need that guy. Don't need him. Do not need him. Did not need to be there. He did not need to be there. And Ron Killings came out. And he cut a promos like, don't let anybody tell you what your worth is. Y'all brought me back. And you know what? Not only did you bring me back, the truth is here, and it will set you free, and it will set me free. And he was dead ass serious. He is no longer R-Truth. He is now Ron Killings. Cut off his dreads to prove that point too, which was a little crazy when he pulled out the scissors from his pocket. Like, what's he doing? How's this guy doing? Oh shit. He is cutting off his dreads. New direction for this guy. I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. That was a little crazy. Even the commentary team who was sitting right up until the scissors came out, just like, whoa, 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 whoa. All right. Yeah. Yeah, he he is serious. He is definitely serious. He is definitely serious. I'm like, wow. Wow. Woo. Yeah. But yeah. And that goes, and he kept on saying, y'all brought me here. Y'all are the reason I'm here. Y'all are the reason this happened, which he's right. The people and the fans are the reason this happened, because Triple H better stop lying, saying, enjoy the show. Shut the fuck up and just learn to tell the truth for once. Stop lying to people and stop trying to justify, oh, we just released him. That was the end of that. It's a work. No, it wasn't. Stop it. And any more backlash he gets, he deserves, especially for the WrestleMania builds. Especially the R-Truth release, even though you said you released Carlito, R-Truth was the soul and the morale, the backstage morale for WWE. You can't be doing that. Yeah, never. Never. I might have to take a little deep dive into Triple H sometime in the future, but yeah. The booking he does at times is just like, what are you doing? And especially now with Karrion Kross, now that I'm talking about Ron Killings, Karrion Kross, he better get his shit together with that. Because if he doesn't, and guess what? He will deserve every ounce of it. Booking, especially in WrestleMania booking, WrestleMania build, and then you have all of these, like, straight up, like, you can't breathe, peelies one after another. It felt like we just got finished with, I felt like we got finished with maybe 5 since WrestleMania. I mean, let's see. Backlash. Just got finished with Money in the Bank. Saturday Night main event that was littered with commercials left and right, left and right. Pow, 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 pow. Still going to be my gripes that we have commercials left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right. In the middle of a, especially in this upcoming match here with the men's King of the Ring first round match. Literally, we just got finished with Braun Break. Literally, Saturday night's main commercial. Sound like JD from New York. Commercial, after commercial, after commercial, after commercial, after damn commercial. But yeah, literally the match just got started and it's a commercial after Braun Breaker just wiped out everybody. Why? Could you let the match go on a little bit more before we get to it? And commercial break? Good grief. Yeah. Before I forget, there was a Judgment Day segment right before this, which Dom had. There was a Judgment Day segment with Finn Balor, which we know he's plotting something to get rid of Liv. It's clear and obvious. And he's brought in Roxanne. Oh, yeah. Sponsorships everywhere. Everywhere. We have Judgment Day segment. Finn is up to no good. Trying to get rid of Liv and Raquel along with it. And he's using basically he's got Roxanne Perez as his new member, basically, in place of for Liv. And Dom is caught up in the crosshairs because it's Liv's man. But yet, where will his loyalties lie? We gotta see how that develops. But now we got this King of the Ring match. Dominic Mysterio, Penta, Braun Breaker, and Sami Zayn. Commercial that happened right after Lethal Offense by Braun Breaker. And then there's another, at one point, there's everybody just wipes out each other with these high-flying spots, impact spots. But right at the end, LA Knight comes in to basically, I believe he took out Braun Breaker. And right when that happens, Sami Zayn delivers a haluva kick. I believe on Dominic Mysterio. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn wins the first round, wins his matchup in the first round of the King of the Ring. That could be important a little later on, and I'll get to why. So we get a backstage segment in which Kathy interviews AJ Styles, and she's in the middle of interviewing. She's like, AJ Styles. And you're like, you know what? And I think it was to Chad Gable. He's referencing his match against Chad Gable. Like, I'm not happy. I'm gonna deliver this news to Chad Gable, but right as soon as that finishes, she goes to interview the New Day, and I think they're trying to instigate something with Grayson Waller, which is I think it's their way. They're about to break up Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, which I can't wait for Austin Theory to break free from Grayson Waller. And they do their little interview, whatnot, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Yada, 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 yada. And I think at this point they show when the matches will be for the Queen of the Ring match, and I know it's Asuka, which they showed like a whole videos package of Asuka, which why I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. I don't care. I know it's Asuka, Ivy now, Raquel, and whoever the other person in that match is escapes my head, but it's there. So now, at this point, Nikki Bella's coming down to actually do. She's coming down to promote the next PLE, which is the all women's paid live event, women's WWE Evolution, and in the midst of while she's doing that, she's going through her whole showing love and whatnot, and she's talking about how she paved the way for the women where they're at right now, which I guess we're forgetting Trish Stratus, Lita, China, but she's saying she helped pave the way for that. That's a questionable way of saying, what about Trish Stratus, Lita? Yeah, I agree. And that gets me to that. Liv Morgan came out to interrupt the living. She interrupted Nikki Bella. Whew. Oh, yeah. That felt so good to hear her interrupt her like that. And it made me, surprise me, like, whoa. You came out here with feeling some type of way, Liv Morgan. She came out feeling some type of way. And she's saying the only reason why you're out here and doing what you're doing because you're jealous of me. That I'm actually way better than you ever have and ever will be, which is a fact. And she got all into it and dissed Nikki Bella. Then Nikki Bella's like, oh yeah, Roxanne pissed her off. That's what it is. Liv Morgan, you want to talk about Liv Morgan revenge tour. That's what this really is. Like, she getting into revenge mode right now. She pissed off. And then Nikki Bella's like, you have a problem. You got a man, but are you sure he's really your man or Roxanne's man? I was like, ooh. I said, ooh. Pissing her off even more. They got back into it a little bit more, and then Liv literally killed her with her Oblivion. Which, thank God. Oh, man. Yeah. Liv came with some flamethrowers because she's pissed. And then we got to the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Ring General Gunther versus main event Yeet Man Jey Uso. And obviously Gunther came down, did his usual entrance. And then Jay with his son. How long was that entrance? Maybe 5, 10 minutes, 5, somewhere. It felt like it, as usual, doing what he does, it took a while. And it was not just that. I'm like, okay, is he wrestling with just... And I forgot. I'm like, yo, this man been brutalized between last week's Monday Night Raw, Friday night, Saturday night, the amount of time, especially after Bronson Reed did a tsunami on that dude, and then Logan Paul on Saturday night with the Money in the Bank did a beautiful moonsault on him. Like, his ribs were done. I was like, yeah, he losing it. And at one point, he did a little something. I think it was a cross splash, I believe, in which he hurt himself more than he hurt Gunther, and Gunther saw that. It's like, oh yeah, shark in blood-infested waters. He smelled blood, and he went on the offense to tear Jay's midsection apart. And again, another commercial. But yeah, he was tearing Jay's midsection apart. I was like, that's what the general does. If he sees it, he's going to capitalize off of it. And at one point during the match, when it was toward the end, I'm like, I really, 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 really hope Jay does not win with another sleeper hold on Gunther, because it looked like at one point he might have actually was about to do it, but Gunther was able to get out of that and put the sleeper hold on him. And ladies and gentlemen, we have once again the World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General Gunther. He won it clean, and I was like, you know what? I was waiting for a cash in if it was going to happen, but it didn't. He is your World Heavyweight Champion. And that is how Monday Night Raw ended. It was actually a good show. I'm not going to say it was actually a nice show from start to finish. I think something tells me that Sami Zayn might win King of the Ring. And speaking of King of the Ring, still, I really, 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 who for the mystery opponent, I just want it to be Karrion Kross. Like, that man deserves more. He deserves more. And I got a feeling, I could be wrong, that, so obviously Bayley's going to challenge Becky, I think, at Evolution for the Intercontinental title. But Sami Zayn, he's going to win King of the Ring. And when he does, who he challenges is possibly Gunther, but I think he's going to do his heel turn on Jay. Not right then and there, but something tells me they're going to build toward that. And with that, that is my very first time ever doing a reaction for Monday Night Raw. And with that, have a good night, and hopefully see you guys on the next one.